Women are running out of men to date. Running out of men. Not enough. But the point is, if a majority only want 10%, the top 10, 20%, then of course they would run out of men. They're recycling the same men over and over again. But it's odd nowadays how they've noticed that there are a lot less men to date, so they have to resort to anything.
People start run clubs, we started a single club.
My friends and I, who are all over 30, decided to spontaneously go out on a Thursday night to see what the scene in London looks like for ourselves.
And what did it look like? Sure, it was fun. A lot of alcohol, a lot of laughs. But was there much flirting going on? Much approaching? Was there?
It's just become a bit of a game where you go on a date with someone, you might like them, but then in the back of your head you know that they've got 10 other options. It feels impersonal and it feels really disingenuous. We kind of want to have more real connections as opposed to just options.
I feel like a woman should never go and look for a man. And that's probably why I'm still single. Because a lot of girls do shoot their shot now and they have the confidence to ask guys out.
Do they? Do they? Yeah, some do. But not enough. I've been saying for years, this is going to become more of a standard.
Because a lot of girls do shoot their shot now.
A lot of people didn't believe me when I said this like about 7 years ago. Yeah, if you understand the patterns, you would see this would eventually happen. Here's a simple point. With information, a lot more men can tell nowadays if a woman actually likes him or not.
Damn right.
I hope you're focused and on your square.
And that's probably why I'm still single.
It's a lot easier for men to tell nowadays. Hence, a lot of men have realized I don't need to be here, there, put myself in that place, go to these damn venues, these singles, meetups and all these damn places. A lot of men have realized it's a waste of their time.
Ask guys out. I even see girls getting on one knee.
Last year, I saw so many Black women try to solve a problem in dating by starting to host events in person, trying to create third spaces to facilitate dating like offline. And you know what would happen every single time?
What?
The men were not signing up. They would be selling tickets to speed dating and they would always end up with men's tickets on sale. Always, because they weren't buying any. Just the other day, a big account that I follow for Black creatives did like this cute Cupid thing where they were like, hey, send us a profile about yourself and we would love to post it and like play matchmaker. Sounds like a cute idea, right? Not one single man sent their profile in.
Yeah, across the spectrum. We've just in London, and now we have a lovely African-American woman saying the exact same thing. I mean, come on.
Whoa. The men were not signing up.
We understand, don't we? There are games being played by everyone. Some are getting played. Some are not getting any play. Some are getting too much play. Some are setting up others to be played. Everyone assumes they have a fake amount of options because of their phone, because of the internet. So no one takes anyone seriously. Now, yes, men do that as well. But there are a far smaller amount of men who are abusing that than women. What am I saying? A lot of women have rotations nowadays, don't they? Have a rota of men. A collection of men. That can only go so far. Every woman cannot have a collection of men. They'll run out of men, wouldn't they? The ratio of men to women, it would not make sense. So a burning out of options. A lot of men have realized I will not be used as a placeholder to fill a position. Because when a lot of men go to these events, they realize, wait a second, I'm not here to be chosen. I'm here just to fill a position, to fulfill an ego, to make someone feel special and good and may not be chosen. But that person feels at least, good about themselves. A dopamine hit. Oh, I know this many men wanted me this night, but I had the option to pick from only one or two.
Whoa. The men were not signing up.
But when the other options have realized, yeah, I'm not here to be a support system. I'm not here to be a support system. It would make a lot of these events just boring AF, wouldn't it? Yeah? A lot of women love simps, indeed. But women's mistake was to let simps on a whole know how much they hate them.
And mind you, this is an account that has well over 100,000 followers. It's just time to stop. It's time to stop. They have made it very loud and clear that they do not want to try. They don't want to approach. No matter how you curate different activities to get them interested, they're not. And I'm not saying that men who seriously want.
But you know what I find interesting? How creative women are seeming to be nowadays with these events and things. It's like, okay, wow, I keep trying.
A date don't exist. But I think on a large scale in major cities, The dating events, you know, all these creative ways that we're trying to get them interested, they're not there. I don't think that these men are tapped into social media. I really don't. I think that they are locked in on their hobbies. And
No, they are tapped in. And their hobbies as well, but they are tapped in. They hear every word loud and clear. Loud and clear. 4K stereo.
I really don't. I think that they are locked in on their hobbies and in communities that matter to them.
Okay, I gotta mute it. Okay. When people tell you, you look like Angelina Jolie, but men barely approach you, you hardly ever go on dates, and haven't celebrated Valentine's Day in 30 years. Wow. What a lovely fake Angelina Jolie lookalike. I mean, people tell her. Now, the comments are interesting. People were saying, they're intimidated. They're just intimidated by your beauty. You're so stunning, girl. These men don't know what to do with you. We get the point. There's a lot of that. Obviously, there are a lot of men saying, woman, your ego is a bit too big. What sort of budget Timu, Sheen, Angelina Jolie you think you look like? But no, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. But for whatever the reasons are, maybe her standards are too high. Maybe she does put out a bad vibe and aura when she's in public, so no man would approach her anyway. Maybe she does look too expensive. A lot of men feel like they can't afford her. Maybe she does go to the wrong places. Whatever. There are many points you can put here as to why this lovely woman does not get approached. However, if a majority of men realize approaching is going to be a waste of their time, and the top 10-20% of men realize they don't need to approach, it's just going to have a huge gap, just an air of space of nothing happening, nothing forming. A lot of men could look at this woman and think she's too egotistical and too possibly expensive to even approach or even talk to. It's going to be a waste of my time. She's probably going to be arrogant. She probably isn't. She could be a lovely woman, however. The chance of that happening is becoming less and less. The interactions are becoming less and less. The interactions are more digital, aren't they? They're less in person. It's safer through a machine than in person. So it doesn't matter how good and how Angelina Jolie this woman may look or think she looks. It doesn't matter. There's too much risk-reward assessment in men nowadays. For as lovely as any woman looks, is she a risk? Is me approaching her a risk? Just to begin. Imagine a world where the first sight of certain women would make a man see a red flag because he already knows in the back of his mind what he may have to go through or struggle with in just trying to talk to her. Interesting. Not very pouty.
This might be dramatic. I'm not saying that it's not. Is anyone else just tired of dating? I literally just sat in my car for 20 minutes.
I mean, you start your video crying, so it is a bit dramatic, but carry on.
Crying. Because I'm so tired of pointless conversations and meaningless interactions with people that go absolutely nowhere. And by the way, no one has hurt my feelings. Nothing has happened to trigger this except for me just realizing, like, what is the point? Truly. Like, no one dates with intention and actually wants anything serious, and it's just like constant disappointment.
I mean, are we seeing the pattern already? The pattern? A lot of people, yeah. But real connections? No. Some real connections. A lot of hookups. Just getting together for the sake of it. Just being together for the sake of it. I mean, how many fake Valentines did you see in the past week? Are they really together, or they're just faking it for the show? Faking it for the gram? The belief in options has ruined a lot of people, has ruined a lot of modern society, has ruined a lot of modern dating. I mean, the men this woman possibly interacts with, she's just one option, isn't she? She's just one. Why take her seriously? Why does he need to take her seriously? She's one woman. He's probably got another 3, 4 in his phone, perhaps more. He's probably talking to another 2 on hold. Not saying that's good. But what I'm saying is the atmosphere exists nowadays, the environment exists nowadays in the dating pool for a lot of madness to happen.
And meaningless interactions with people that go up.
A lot of debauchery, promiscuity, deception and lies. It's very easy. You can use social media to sift and flick through a lot of people, swipe through a lot of people, and in some cases run through a lot of people. Everyone isn't doing it, no. But a lot of the people who don't want to do that and who couldn't do that anyway, they've realized it's pointless to even be a part of that. To be a part of that mess. Because if majority of women are choosing the top 10-20% of men, then in a sense you can't blame them for being so reckless. It's in a sense an almost unlimited amount of options. Does it mean good? No, it doesn't mean good. But it means, why would a lot of men take a lot of women seriously? Well, I mean, that small group of men. Why take them seriously? There's always more. Come on.
And I'm just tired of having that negative energy in my life. But I also feel like I'm getting older, and it's like I have to put some effort into dating or I'm just gonna be alone forever. But now I'm just honestly getting to the point where I'm just gonna be the single aunt. And I think I'm okay with that.
You better get your money up. You gotta be the single rich aunt. I'm sure your nieces and nephews won't want a broke auntie. Yeah, you can't buy many gifts. Oh, she's my broke auntie. Get to work.
My dating era is officially over. Thank you to all who have participated. I didn't find a boyfriend or anything. I've just given up.
Wow. Wow, that was it. The video was very short. That was it, literally.
I've just given up.
Because she's given up. She's got nothing left to give. In reality and video format, she's got nothing left to give. I mean, some would ask, how many did participate? I mean, how many did have fun while you were out there having your fun? You know? It's odd that a lot of women on the internet have the exact same problems in men. The exact same problems. But I mean, of course they would. They're dating the exact same men in different fonts over and over again. Reckless men. But again, can you blame them? Are some men drowning in too much power? Drowning in too much WAP? Yeah?
I didn't find a boyfriend or anything. I've just given up.
Guys not making a move anymore is so frustrating because the amount of times that I've heard so-and-so has liked you before, like at this time. Didn't know if you felt the same way, so he never said anything to you. I've been getting that a lot recently.
Frustrated. A frustrated young woman. I mean, she's tired, isn't she? She's tired of everything. Tired of life, possibly. Let's not say that. But I mean, exhaustion, burnout from dating. At such a young age. Such a young age, really? Really? When there is an illusion of options, when there are tons of men out there just continually shooting their shot, because for a lot of men, even if they're not that dude, even if they're not in the top 10, 20%, they'll be just shooting their shot at a lot of women, just a lot of women, for no reason. Scattershot. You got to be playing the game to win, haven't you? Or get a prize, haven't you? Okay.
I've just given up.
And I've made this point before. If you expand the top 10, 20% to the top 40%, yeah, that includes a lot of average men as well. A lot of average men have realized, okay, this is part of the game. I'm either going to play it or not. So if I'm going to play it, I'm going to play it recklessly. I'm going to scattershot. Yeah, I can be on an app. I can be on a social media platform. I can be in public. I'm going to shoot my shot everywhere and not care. Because in caring is to lose nowadays. You care too much. Your feelings are invested too much. No. Let go. Scattershot. Because whereas a lot of women have men in rotation, a lot of men have realized it doesn't benefit you to try with any one woman. You can't have all your eggs in one basket. Come on, that's ridiculous. You're not playing properly. So because of those men out there scattering their shot, the top 10, 20% of men that don't need to try so hard and the top 40% of men in that who are having to work a little harder, yeah, it's going to leave a trail of broken women. I mean, the bar has been set for men to be so promiscuous. The bar has been set for a lot of women to expect so much attention, expect so many options. So a lot of men are just permitting. They're giving women what they want. They're either ignoring them or they're giving them mass love bombing attention. It doesn't mean anything, but attention's still attention, isn't it? It's still dopamine. It's still a hit. It's still for the plot, isn't it?
And I can't stop thinking, what if, bro? So guys, can you make a move again? Can we stop being afraid and just make a gesture? I'm never gonna make a move.
Yeah, and that's where women fail, because if you never make a move, you can only pick from the men that approach you. So if nothing but F-boys and players approach you, hey, you can have your fun, but please.
I feel like it's so much easier for dudes to have like rosters or talking to like multiple girls, because literally everywhere you go is a bad bitch. Like,
okay,
damn, there go one, another bad bitch. But it's like, for girls, it's like one fine nigga out of 20. Like, it's so hard to find a fine nigga. Like, not that I'm looking for.
Yeah, of course, that's what you're looking for. Yeah, really. So here we go again with this point. Women insulting men are only 10% of men are attractive. I mean, here you go. This is an example of women saying it. Because, yeah, a lot of them see that and believe it themselves. Like, most men are not attractive to him. Okay, given. But this woman saying from a man's perspective, from men's perspective,
There go one, another bad bitch.
Men have far better options because there's so many there's so many bad bees everywhere. There's so many hot, beautiful women for men to choose from. Even if you say, okay, yeah, indeed, a lot more women are better looking than men. And I'm a straight man, so obviously, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think most men even look good, but whatever. So yeah, of course.
There go one, another bad bitch.
However, what a lot of men have understood is it doesn't matter how he looks. A lot of men have understood if he looks too effed up and she doesn't want the attention, she will shame him, maybe publicly torture him for even trying to talk to her. However, a lot of women feed off that attention so much, they can create their own rotations of maybe mid, some ugly, and some very fine, handsome men. Yeah. And that's what a lot of women are doing. They're banking on the fact of a lot of them, they look pretty. Yeah, I look good. Men want me, men want my body. Yeah, sure. But instead of treating these men like with actual respect, no. They just turn these men into fools, into simps, into tagalongs. Put these men in rotation. That man thought he was looking for a girlfriend and then to be a wife. No. He ends up being a side dude, or a friend zone dude, or a tag-along dude, or a save for later sort of dude. Yeah. So it's in a sense, a lot of women abusing the power of their attractiveness, the hotness. Oh, I know he wants me. However, I know that guy wants me as well, and that guy. But do they really want to be with her, or they just want to smash? Yeah, do they just want to smash? They probably just want to smash. Yeah.
There go one, another baby.
But whatever the point is, we're talking about an abuse of power here. She's saying, too many men have too many beautiful women to pick from. Okay. And a lot of women think they're so beautiful. They should have a lot of men to pick and choose from. But a lot of them don't. A lot of them are losing that ability nowadays. Doesn't matter how hot she is. Yeah, tons of men want to sleep with her. How many want to commit though? How many want to commit? Because for as hot as a woman is, she can choose who she wants to sleep with, yeah. But how many of those men she sleeps with actually would ever marry her? Yeah. There's a lot of imbalance in dating now, a lot of weirdness, a lot of lies and deception. It makes it fun for a lot of people, but it's constantly traumatizing for, I think, the majority of people, both men and women. They're getting traumatized regularly, all in the search of love. Yeah? Oh, please.
Not that I'm looking for a roster, I'm just thinking like, damn, just even decent, like not even fine. It's literally 1 out of 20 niggas. That's not fair. Y'all.
This is what women do. We break up with you in our head, emotionally, before we ever finally break up with you. Because by the time we're done, when we actually break up with you, we're good. Like, I already did the healing and the processing of this relationship falling apart while it was in the relationship. I was giving him chance after chance to kind of like build it up because I didn't know if it was my trauma or not. And
okay, a brief point. You know, a lot of women say a lot of men are ignorant nowadays. A lot of men don't need to care about their needs. A lot of men don't even seem to be bothered about her feelings. A lot of men are cheating. A lot of men are cheaters. And then they ask, so what is the disparity? How are some women out here struggling to find a man, yet there are some women out here that have a man, had a man, but he's been cheating continuously with numerous amounts of women. Access leads to excess. In some weird way, a lot of women decide to date down and date a man who's not in the top 10, 20%, and they assume they're giving this man some sort of benefit because, she's being modest and she's dating below her usual standard. Okay. A lot of women don't seem to understand. A lot of men know this. They can see it. They know they're getting played or attempted to get played. What certain women don't understand is you're not the first woman who's ever tried to do this to him. No. So whereas a lot of women bank on being a man's first baddie, even though they're warned not to be, they think because, look at me, I'm probably the best you're ever going to have. And it's like, no. So some women become arrogant in their position because they love control. They think because they're dating down, now they have control over this man. There's an air of supremacy over this man. Because he should be lucky to have me. Yeah. And that's where a lot of women are failing nowadays. They're running out of men because of it, assuming he should be lucky to have you. When a lot of men have realized, okay, I'm going to let you believe that for as long as it works.
I had let my trauma get in the way sometimes in past relationships, and I was really trying to like do it differently. And I ignored my intuition, and now I know I'll never fucking do that because my intuition's always fucking right.
Intuition or not, information is valuable. With time and more information, a lot of people have adjusted how they move and interact, and a lot choose not to. The world is yours. Have a nice day.
And that's probably why I'm still single.
The men were not signing up. There go one, another baby.
And meaningless interactions with people that go absolutely nowhere.